Hello, my name is Jonathan Tettleman, and I'm very pleased to announce that my album, The Great Puccini, is coming out very soon. Well, I started singing when I was about 8 years old professionally. I was in a choir school, and I did that. I toured all around the United States. We went to like Japan and Bermuda, and it was a great experience to kind of have that exposure so young. But when I started singing professionally as like a tenor, it was about, I'd say, maybe 10 years ago. I had my first gig in China doing La Bohème, a Puccini opera. And I kind of, fell in love with, what it's like to actually stand on the stage and sing opera. Contro il mio petto vi senti trema. But then I'd say like my first kind of bigger break was when I did La Bohème again. I stepped in Tanglewood with the Boston Symphony Orchestra. And I was going from doing a La Bohème in English in an elementary school to then being called up to do it for 20,000 people with the Boston Symphony Orchestra. So that was like, a real moment where I'm like, okay, this is really what this is about. This is what it means to be a professional, not just an opera singer anymore. They don't really know where this like interest in singing and music came from, because my father was a lawyer and my mom was an architect, and I was adopted. So they're just like, okay, we have this kid who likes to sing. I guess, we should encourage him and we'll see what happens. So they were the ones that supported me and gave me a lot of positive reinforcement that I think it just makes things a lot easier. Or my dad was like, you did really well today, but there were a couple notes, I think you can aim a little cleaner on those. Thanks, Dad. That's exactly what I want to hear right after I do a performance. But the people that really love you tell you the truth. In high school, I was in a rock band, and I played electric guitar. We played like a lot of like jazz and fusion, and like kind of Steely Dan and what else? Marvin Gaye. Kind of anything we could get our hands on that we could probably play. But then the DJ stuff happened because like I had a lot of friends in my school, Manhattan School of Music, that they went to this festival and then they shared all this electronic music with me, and I was like, oh, this is kind of dope. I feel this like it's very classical. It's like about all this like building tension and then releasing it and like dancing, and it's a lot of fun. So that kind of drove me towards that path. I always say that I was working the other 9 to 5, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Off day. I mean, we might just go and hang out in the park and, do stuff with Kyra. Having a kid, it's like a day off is just like doing whatever she wants. I think opera can benefit everyone. I think, it was the first art form that combined like all the art forms. If you expose yourself to it, you'll grow to appreciate what it does for your soul. It's really something special. You just get this like emotional return from the audience in this applause, and it's really it's addicting. It's like a drug. It's like I really want to hear that again. I mean, it's definitely obsession, but I guess being a tenor is an obsession, but really doing great as a tenor is kind of an addiction.